2 years of protracted negotiations, the United States and the Afghan Taliban are all set to sign a landmark deal today. The peace deal is going to signal the end of the longest war in U.S. history and set the stage for a U.S. troop withdrawal. A decision comes a week after the two sides agreed to a reduction in violence agreement in Afghanistan. The peace deal will be signed in the Qatari capital, and the ceremony in Doha will be attended by India's ambassador to Qatar, P. Kumaran. The signing of the peace deal will pave the way for intra-Afghan talks between the Taliban and other Afghan stakeholders to decide the future course of the country. Our executive editor Anand Narasimhan spoke to Taliban sympathizer and political analyst Nazar Mohammed on what the deal really means. Listen in.
Let me first ask you, the peace deal is happening between United States and Taliban. How does the Taliban see this?
Since 1 year, peace negotiation and peace talk between Taliban and America, finally they agreed to sign the peace agreement tomorrow on 29th of February. I think both sides happy for this to end a long war in Afghanistan, and this was a long war in history of America, and there was too much casualties in Afghanistan. Afghan community, Afghan people, Taliban, and everyone looking very well to sign the agreement between Taliban and United States.
Now, how do you see this relationship between Pakistan and Taliban?
Yeah, the media reporting regarding the close relation between Taliban and Pakistan. Actually, we have a big border with Pakistan, and there is the Durand line issue between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Since long time, there was a big problem between Pakistan and Afghan people. Actually, Pakistan arrested the Taliban deputy leader, Mullah Ubaidullah. He was defense minister during Taliban government, and finally he was killed by Pakistan in prison. Next, Pakistan arrested Mullah brother. He was deputy leader of the Taliban. 10 years was in ISI prison. And Ustad Yasser, he's a very famous leader of the Taliban. Still no one knows he's alive or he killed by Pakistan. In the family of Tayyib Agha, he was the head of the political commission of the Taliban. Actually, there is a deal between Taliban and Pakistan. Pakistan needs something also, and Taliban need to live in Durand land, in refugee camps of Pakistan. But Pakistan trying to get a privilege by the using of the Taliban. That report in some countries receiving Pakistan has a control of Taliban, completely wrong, and Taliban show their independence because they had 1 year talk with America, and it was in Qatar, in the Taliban offices in Qatar. Pakistan tried their best to hold Taliban office in Islamabad, and finally Pakistan tried his best to have peace negotiation, peace talk with America in Islamabad, but Taliban didn't accept. It meant Taliban are independent.